Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Music Room. I'm Leo Hull, and tonight we're going to perform a few of our songs for you. And which one would you like for us to start with?
Bootlegging those blues.
Bootlegging the blues. I'll bet we can do that. We have played it once or twice. Grew up in a juke joint, stayed up all night long. I'd play all those old Jimmy Reed and Muddy Waters songs. I did not get much sleep at night, I just sat there amused, wondering why those boys been gone so long. We're bootlegging the blues. Well, you know the blues lives on, but sometimes skips a generation or two. Oh, we'll be off playing rock and roll and a little country too. But late at night, when we're all done to this old club, we'll be true. We'll be here till the break of dawn, drinking whiskey, Lord, and playing the blues. Pick it, Thomas. All right, here we go now. Well, you know, I grew up in a juke joint, and I'd stay up all night long, playing all those old Stevie Ray and Johnny Winter songs. I did not get much sleep at night, I just sat there confused, wondering why old Stevie and Johnny gone and Leo still playing the blues. Wondering why those boys been gone so long, we're still playing their blues.
Yeah.
Little bootlegging the blues.
So just how long you been bootlegging anyway?
Ever since I was about 7 years old. That's when I first started playing music. My mother insisted that I was going to be a keyboard player.
You proved her wrong, didn't you?
We did. But we had a lot of fun with keyboards early on. Sure.
Where'd you grow up, Leo?
I was born in Oklahoma, grew up in southern Illinois. And at that point in time, there was a great migration of people from the south going up into the southern parts of Illinois to work in the oil fields. And my dad was part of that migration. So we ended up in southern Illinois, which became more southern than the south, because everyone from the south moved up there, and that influence is still very, very strong in southern Illinois.
Do you feel like that growing up there gave you any edge toward what you're doing right now as far as the blues and the thing? You know, you and I talked to here. You came down, spent an afternoon with me not too long ago. Had a great time. I had a great time.
Sure.
And I felt like I had a good understanding of who you were, and I wanted to be able to share that with everybody here. And I know you had mentioned that the blues got into you way back, you had some influences. Who would you say they were?
Certainly did. My father was my biggest influence. I remember hearing him play. He had an old Silvertone acoustic guitar, and he had a big old case pocket knife with a brass back on it, and he'd play slide guitar on that old Silvertone with that case knife.
The strings set up about that high.
Yeah, they did. And boy, and that old case would just make those strings ring, and that's the first time that I was intrigued by that sound. And then influence-wise, I think most likely Jimmy Reed and Hank Williams were the biggest influences.
So you put those in that song for a reason, then?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Leo, when did you decide that you could write?
Oh, I've been writing forever. Writing is a gift.
It is.
I really truly believe that writers understand that it's a gift, and you have to be ready to accept that gift if it comes your way.
Transcribe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have a recorder or something to write on as that gift comes by through your mind, it may never resurface.
You're
so
right.
you have to grab it as it comes by. You have to retain it.
Yeah.
That's what Thomas over here, you brought this young man with you.
Mr.
Quite a
Thomas Connolly
guitarist.
over here. Yes, sir.
He and I were talking earlier, and I've even stuck my old guitar in his hand tonight because he was playing so pretty.
Thank you, sir.
Tell us about the song The Hustle.
The Hustle is a combination of events, some which may be in my life and some which I may have observed, and I'm not going to differentiate which is which.
It's all a part of the song.
It certainly is. The song's called The Hustle. I think it's just an observation of life. You meet people, you see people living, you see them dying, you see their life as it unfolds. And if you're fortunate, you write songs about the things you've seen, things you've done, and the people you've observed. And much of our music comes from what we observe from the stage. People participating in the fun of a club or a crowd, they're participating out there, but we're up here on stage, and we have a totally different view of what's going on, as you well know. And I think it's kind of fun to observe those things and then write about them, and that's what I do. I write about life, living, and what I see and what I do.
This room will be made for you then, because you get to
right.
look everybody in the eye.
That's right. Jimmy was a hustler, hustle you for a dime. Jimmy was a hustler, he'll hustle you for a dime. He took a gun to a knife fight, now that boy's doing time. Jody went to Hollywood, she gonna be a star. Jody went to Hollywood, she gonna be a star. Now she makes her rent money, working the back seat of a car. You know life is short, time's too fast. Life is short and time's too fast. You better live it every day, 'cause it ain't gonna last. Mr. Thomas Connolly over here on the slide guitar. You know, John Lee was a blues man up in old Chi-Town. Old John Lee was a blues man up in old Chi-Town. Well, I gave him $20 once down on Maxwell Street when his luck was down. A little more of that slide. Jimmy was a hustler, hustle you for a dime. Jimmy was a hustler, hustle you for a dime. He took a gun to a knife fight, now that boy's doing time. You know, I gave him $20 once when his luck was down. You better live it every day, 'cause it ain't gonna last. Jimmy was a hustler, hustle you for a dime.
You had mentioned to me earlier that you seldom play in the DFW area. Where does the road take you normally?
All over the South. I go as far as St. Louis north. Far east is the Gulf Coast, or the Atlantic Ocean. As far south as the Gulf Coast. Basically across Texas, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Georgia, and Florida. We get up into the Carolinas from time to time, but basically across the South is where we like to stay.
This song, Road Hard, that you have, this come from your travels on the road?
No, this song come from trying to please people. You know, too many musicians try to please everyone. And you kind of got to get to a point in your life where you start trying to please yourself and the people that like you. And those that don't like you, they're not going to like you, okay? No matter what you do, they're still not going to like you. So I kind of had a philosophy that, you know, I'm going to spend the majority of my life dealing with people that I like to deal with and people that I like and people that like me. And those that don't, God bless them, because I'm not going to go out of my way to change what I do to fit what they would like it to be.
Sure.
So that's what this song's all about. It's Road Hard.
All right, let's hear it.
Well, you know I really don't care what you may think about me. 'Cause you see, you ain't gonna get any more than what you see. Well, I've been rode hard and put up wet, you know, a time or two. And that's gonna happen down in Texas if you grow up and play the blues. Well, I played the blues in Austin, I played down in Houston too. And late at night when we're driving down I-35, I still hear old Stevie singing the blues. Well, I would not change a single thing in my life I have done. 'Cause it's good being on the road, man, working hard and having fun. 2 times, brother, to the pole. Well, you know, I played the blues in Memphis, I played over in Nashville too. Ah, them boys over in Nashville say, you know that old Leo Hull, that boy can play the blues. But see, I would not change a single thing in my life I have done. 'Cause it's good being on the road, man, working hard and having fun. Tag it. I said it's good being on the road, man, working hard and having fun.
Kind of looking at Thomas, he kind of reminds me of if you were going to do a cartoon of him, it would be like it would be Clark Kent or something, you know. He comes in, and all of a sudden he starts playing these licks like that. That's great. Some great playing.
Yeah.
Tell us about.
You know what's amazing is you have tiny hands for a man, and you play the hell out of that guitar, really and truly.
I compensate.
We call him Stubby.
He gets it in there. He gets it in there. Yeah.
Well, who do you call Blowtorch Baby?
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, who do you call?
Well, you know, songs, as I said, some are about my experiences in life and some are about things that I've heard about that other people have done. So we're not admitting or denying anything.
Is this a participation thing, or is this a...
Fact versus fiction versus fantasy?
I'll let
Now,
you.
why are you blushing? You were down here with me a few weeks ago, and you never blushed, not one time.
I'll let you guys make
Okay,
your
never
own,
mind.
own decision on that one.
Well, this will be a good one. Let's hear this.
Some people say I'm slow. The ladies think I'm fast. Call on me, pretty mama, when you got a little time to pass. You are red hot mama. You on fire all the time. I need a blowtorch, baby, to cool you down and make you mine. You know, the last time I saw you, honey, ain't seen you since then. We were doing a little tequila and working on a little sin. You all red hot mama, you on fire all the time. I need a blowtorch, baby, to cool you down and make you mine. Slide her out there, brother. Seen you, honey, since way back then. You know what, I just can't wait, baby, to see ya one more time again. 'Cause you're red hot mama, you on fire all the time. I need a blowtorch, baby, to cool you down and make you mine. That had many more verses, which we will not incorporate in this show.
Like a Bob Dylan song, 18 more verses.
Now, it's sort of like Mr. Tambourine Man.
It was a diatribe at first.
Yeah.
Wow. I would say that after that song, there's no doubt in my mind what kind of guy we're dealing with here.
Well, no. Here's the thing, Helen. You know,
And,
he's bootlegging the blues. He's the hustle. He's road hard and blow torch, baby. Now it's
whiskey and women.
Hey, this sounds like it's getting to be a pattern of.
Yeah, but you know, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's him.
No, but it sounds like misbehavior. And look at that look on him. I'm not even looking at him, but look at that look on him.
Ain't misbehaving.
That's a good one too.
Little slide. Oh, I said now, whiskey and women. That's what it's all about. But lately I've been thinking about turning one of them out. You know, whiskey on one hand, keep you happy off and on. But a good woman on a cold night keep you warm. Here I said, you know, guitars and women, that's what it's all about. And the players, they all know what I'm talking about. A guitar will always be true to its tone. But a good woman, when she's really bad, make a man leave home. Well, it's a dilemma I find myself in every day. Which one to go? Which one to stay? Well, I can't figure it out, so I think I'll write a new song. Get me a big old shot of whiskey and a woman bad to the bone. Get me a big old shot of whiskey, woman bad to the bone. Whiskey and women, that's what it's all about.
Well, after all this women and whiskey and bootleg and hustle, I want to ask you a few questions about you, a little personal stuff. So, do you have a special lady in your life, or are you a confirmed bachelor?
No, I am a dyed-in-the-wool married man.
All right.
I have been married to my lovely bride for going on 35 years.
Well, congratulations. Yeah. That's wonderful.
And you're really the first person I've ever met that's dyed in the wool. So I've always wanted to meet one of y'all.
You got it.
Do you have any children?
My wife, by previous marriage, has 3 children, which are our children now.
All
And,
right.
yeah,
Are they
they're all
musical
doing
too?
well. No,
No?
no.
No. Well, you had a supportive family, though, because your dad was
Mm-hmm.
a musician, so he probably was totally cool with you going out on the road and doing this thing that you love to do.
My dad and my sister, they toured Southern Illinois a lot as she was growing up, and she's a great country singer. And Dad was a outstanding guitar picker, and the two of them did a two-person show every Friday and Saturday night somewhere in Southern Illinois.
Oh,
And
wow.
Just
they
two
did that for
voices
years.
and one instrument, or
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Helen and I understand that.
Yep.
So.
We do that a lot.
Heartbreaking Mama. Tell us about that one.
Oh, this is one I observed.
He said sheepishly.
Well, she's the kind of gal you'll find in every town. Well, she's knocked down, gorgeous, and gets around. Well, she hits all the juke joints every night. 'Cause she's looking for something she just can't find. She's a heartbreaking mama, heartbreaking mama. She's a heartbreaking mama, she'll break your heart every time. Well, she came into the juke joint the other night. Had on skin-tight jeans, looking aside. Well, she sized them up from every side. Then she said, boys, y'all the greatest, and that ain't no lie. I'm just a heartbreaking mama. I'm a heartbreaking mama. She said, I'm a heartbreaking mama. Break your heart every time to the 4-1 time. Well, if you see her out, you better beware. That girl will break your heart, she just don't care. Well, she will hug you and kiss you out on that dance floor. Then she'll leave you in the parking lot begging for more. She's just a heartbreaking mama, heartbreaking mama. Well, she's a heartbreaking mama, she'll break your heart every time. She's just a heartbreaking mama, she'll break your heart every time. She's just a heartbreaking mama, break your heart every time.
Yeah. So I know that the acoustic show, an acoustic show like this, may not be your norm. You play with a full band a lot,
Yes, sir.
don't you? And tell us about that and bring us up to date on where you are with your members.
You
such.
bet. Yeah, Thomas and I do acoustic, a two-piece show occasionally, and Mike, my saxophone player, he and I'll do a two-piece show occasionally. And we have 5 members in our band, myself, and then on bass guitar I have Mr. Dave Stammer, who is a well-known artist in his own right. On drums I have Mr. Todd Kennedy, who's been with me for 6-7 years. And lead guitar, of course, Mr. Thomas Conley.
Yay.
And on saxophone, Mr. Mike Johnson, who is an outstanding saxophone player. And he's based out of the Dallas-Fort Worth area also. So that formulates our 5-piece band. But we go all the way up to 12 pieces, depending on the venue.
Oh, wow.
And it's pretty tough coming down from a 12-piece band to a 4-piece band, and
Yeah.
even tougher coming down to a 2-piece band. But that makes you appreciate when you have a venue where you can utilize the 12-piece.
What
Yeah.
type of venues are you normally playing?
We play everything from honky tonks to festivals to corporate gigs. The spectrum
Sounds so
of the
familiar
business.
because
Yep.
Helen and I have had a 10-piece band before, and we've
Yeah.
done all that thing. Now we're
Yeah.
doing one guitar
Eight
and two
of the
mics.
10 are
Love it.
songwriters, so we
Yeah.
have a bevy of things to choose from, and we could play forever. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it's a different intensity, too. And it's somebody asked me one time, how'd you feel when you played your first show solo? And I said, well, it's tantamount of a pitcher walking out onto a pitcher's mound and his team taking the field and him saying, no, y'all go to the dugout, I got this.
I got this one covered.
They ain't gonna hit me. They ain't gonna hit me. Tell us about Pistol 69.
That's another story.
That's why I asked you.
This is a story about people that I've heard about.
Yeah, and other people I've heard about. You're full of shit, aren't you?
We do internet radio.
Oh, that's why I have glasses
I
on.
didn't even tell her either,
Now, as I said, you observe people, you hear stories, and you incorporate all of that into, when you put all that together, you come up with a song. And it'll have a piece from here and a piece from there and a story you've heard here and a story you've heard there. And if you're able to capture all of that and put it together, then you can create a song. And this is one of those. I don't know.
It is F sharp.
I can't see that far down on the.
And there's a reason for that.
Oh, Lord. This is going to be fun.
I was totally ready for modulate. No, okay.
I got $100 in my pocket and a pistol in my boot. I got a guitar on my shoulder, and I play the blues. You see our friends, well, they like our style. We make 'em laugh, dance, and sing. We work in every juke joint, Dallas down to New Orleans. At a juke joint down on the south side, I met a lady of considerable means. She took me back to her place for some eggs and Jimmy Dean. I said, now darling, are you attached? And please tell me do, 'cause those boots in the corner don't look like they'll fit you. Well, she said, now son, don't you worry about things you can't control. Just hang on, oh Lord, and let all those good times roll. She said, I'm in it just for the thrill, and if you know what that means, I'm gonna rock your soul while I'm working on old Jimmy Dean. Pick it, Thomas. Oh, yeah. Things they got hot and heavy, late into the night, and I heard a large commotion. I woke up staring at a light. I saw a pistol flash before me, and in the twinkle of an eye, I hit the door in 2 steps and didn't even say goodbye. Now I got another $100 in my pocket. I still got that old pistol down in my boot. And I strap this old guitar on 4 or 5 nights a week, and I head down the road somewhere to play the blues. 'Cause you see, our friends, well, they dig our style. We make them laugh, dance, and sing. We're working every juke joint from Dallas down to Killeen. Tag it one time. Said we're working every juke joint, Dallas down to Killeen. Playing the blues.
You've been doing this a while. I'm sure you've got quite a few CDs, correct?
Yes, ma'am. We have a couple.
Okay. Where can our listening audience buy your music?
You can buy it legitimately anywhere on the internet, and you can buy it illegitimately anywhere on the internet. When I released this song, Bootlegging the Blues, I did not mean it to be a direction for the internet to take to bootleg my music. But it wasn't a sales pitch.
But it's so easy.
We most likely get paid for about 1/10 of the royalties that we should, and we feel lucky to do that. But you can get our music on any of the, Amazon, iTunes. You go on the internet. Yes, CD Baby.
Do you have a website they can go to?
Absolutely. It's just thetexasbluesmachine.com.
All right.
Just the name of the band.com. And they can get that there.
You know, you were saying that you play a lot of corporate events, festivals, and you go from 12-piece down to 2. It is a rush playing with that big band in front of people. It really is. What would you say was your most memorable time playing with the band?
Well, Texas Stadium was the most memorable back in 2000, I believe it was. We played a concert there that was about 60,000 people there, and that was...
Awesome.
I would say that was the highlight of the fun times that we've had in the business.
Oh, yeah.
And people say, were you nervous? I said, about what? You're going to do what you do, and if you do what you do, what is there to be nervous? Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, sink or swim.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, you are sinking or swimming. That's a fact. You are sinking or swimming.
Yeah.
Right. Tell us about Running Away Again.
This is another song.
Here we go.
About people that I've heard about and issues that they've had in their life.
Have you heard this before?
Yeah, it's kind of getting to be a familiar pattern as we get through this.
Look, when you travel as much as I do, you meet a lot of people, and they have lots of experiences, and you can draw from those experiences, and you write music about it. I just wish I could have lived all the things I write about.
I'm glad I didn't.
This is called Running Away Again, and you'll understand after you hear the lyrics. After a show late one night, that's how it began. She was munching on a Cheeto at the bar with a beer in her hand. Oh Lord, I didn't even try. Now I'm wondering why I'm on the road, running away again. Well, she told me later, she said, son, there won't be no other. I'm gonna take you home. We're gonna have breakfast with my mother. but how can I be to blame? Her mama was an old flame, and here I am on the road, running away again. Get me out of this, Thomas. Well, that girl, she got all out of sorts, and I'm gonna let it pass. 'Cause sometimes I think I could use a little more class. I need to find a woman classier than me, and old Randy Treadway said that won't be hard, you see. Here I am on the road, and I'm running away again. Here I am on the road, running away again. Here I am on the road, and I'm running away again. Running away again. I tried to do it as quick as I could. That's all right.
I'm still trying to figure out this. Let's see. We go from Oklahoma to Illinois to Texas, to South, and then he's got all these wild stories. Yeah.
It's a good thing y'all didn't know each other when you were younger,
Yeah.
because you probably
Well,
wouldn't
we
be
did.
We're not admitting it.
We did.
Double in trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
Just between us two.
Yes,
we did.
that's-
yes.
Just between us two is
Yes.
song I wrote about a dear departed friend of mine that was a big influence in the blues business, Mr. Sammy Myers. And Sammy was an incredible blues man. And when he passed away, I wrote this song about him, and I hope that he enjoys it. That's close enough.
I'll buy it. What website do I
Well, you know, I played the blues in Memphis and New Orleans too. Did a few shows in Nashville and East St. Louis. But there was something just between us two. If you ain't played the blues in Texas, son, you ain't played the blues. I caught the rail to Chi-Town, see a girl or two. While I was there in 59, old Sam and I played the blues. But there's something just between us two. At the hole in the wall down in Dallas in 99, we gotta play the blues. You know now one of us is playing Pete's Blues Band in the sky. Here I am doing one-nighters just trying to get by. But there's something just between us two. Down the road someday somewhere, well, old Sam and I gonna play the blues.
it's nice to hear original blues music being done. And you've mentioned at least once tonight in a song, "Hole in the Wall."
Oh yeah.
We
you ain't
have
played the hole in the wall. You ain't played blues in Texas.
well, you know, Carrie
I
Leapide
know.
has been played here with Junior Boy, and you know that. But we've tried to. As we started doing it in the music room, we had a lot of the folk artists and a lot of the, especially I think folk artists found us first, and then when Bugs found us, a lot of people realized that, hey, we want the blues writers too. And I think Bugs, one of the reasons he liked coming here so much was he said, "You don't treat me like a guitar player, you treat me like a songwriter," and he really appreciated that. And so we want you to know that we appreciate Leo Hull, the songwriter, too. And I know good and well that this last title of this last song ain't about you.
No, sir.
No, this, I was looking at the title, "Straight Laced Man." I'm like, okay, after all that, he's
Well, you
going to
gotta end it up
redeem
right.
himself.
That's right.
Painting a positive image at
Straight-
the last chapter of the book, okay?
Yeah.
Believe it or not, "A Straight-Laced Man" was written about my dad and mother.
Okay.
My dad was a pretty straight-laced guy, but my mom, she was a rock and roller. She liked to have a good time.
Good for her.
And Dad was he was a little more conservative than Mother, and I wrote this song several years ago about them when they were both still with me, and they enjoyed it very much. I like good music, tall women, tight dresses a long way from the ground. Oh, and like old Robert Palmer, I think it's important to have a lot of them around. I hear a different drummer sometime march with a different band. Cause my mama was a shaker and Daddy was a straight-laced man. To the 4 2 times. Well, I like to live the neon lights, bright lights and lots of rowdy friends. And when the party gets started, we'll laugh and sing and hope it never ends. Well, I don't know why I do it. I guess I'm like an old dog 'cause I can. You see, my mama was a shaker and my daddy, he was a straight-laced man. Let's take it one more time, Tommy. We're gonna go home with this one here, y'all. Now here we go. Well, you know, I like those neon nights, bright lights and lots of rowdy friends. And when the party gets started, we'll laugh and sing and hope it never ends. Well, I don't know why I do it. I guess I'm like an old dog 'cause I can. It might be my mama was a shaker and daddy was a straight-laced man. I'm gonna tag it 2 times. Oh, said my mama was a shaker, my daddy was a straight-laced man. You see, my mama was a shaker, and daddy was a straight-laced man. Thank you all so very much.
Well, what a treat this evening has been, and an honor it has been to have you in the studio tonight.
It's been our pleasure to be here. Thank you for
glad
inviting
I
us.
finally got to meet you. I didn't get to go to breakfast.
Well, you know.
But, it happens. Again, thank you so much for being here. Look forward to you coming back and following you a little bit more. And
We'll look forward to working with you guys again. We enjoyed it very much. Thank you, Randy, for having us here.
It's an honor to have you.
And Helen, thank you all so very much. And all you guys that came out to see us tonight, thank you all
our
for coming
studio
out.
audience,
Give yourself a big hand.
Woo!
Come on, do it for me. All right.
Also want to
Thank
thank Gina Barbara Moore, who are going to have the prettiest pictures of you've ever seen.
Oh, awesome.
And our engineer, Reno, who's
Yes.
been chasing you all night.
And
He's earned
Reno,
his keep.
you can give me 30 lashes with a wet noodle here anytime after the show, because I was all over the place, and I apologize for that.
And thank you, Randy. Without you, it wouldn't be possible. And I'm Helen Kennedy, and you're in the music room.